Good evening and welcome to the virtual board meeting of the Board of School Directors of the School District of Springfield Township. And we'll have a reading of the mission statement. The mission of the School District of Springfield Township is to educate and develop all students as learners and citizens who are high achieving, resilient, and responsible in a changing global community. A roll call, Mr. King.
Mr. Bedard.
Here.
Mr. DeFranco.
Here.
Dr. Etlin.
Here.
Ms. Jordan.
Here.
Mr. Lapidus.
Here.
Mr. Needleman.
Here.
Ms. Sarsfield.
Here.
Ms. Slipinski.
Here.
Dr. Tarateski.
Here. Are there any public comments on agenda items? Okay. Seeing that there are none, we'll move on to the agenda. Approval of minutes, March 3rd, 2020, interim meeting, board minutes N, and March 24th, regular Zoom meeting, board minutes O. Is there a motion?
Motion.
And a second?
Second.
Any comments or questions? Okay, Mr. King?
The motion has been read and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed? And the motion carries.
Approval of Treasurer's Report H. Is there a motion?
Motion.
And a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any comments or questions? Okay, Mr. King?
The motion has been read and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed? The motion carries.
There are no reports and information tonight. There is an administrative report. Dr. Hacker.
Thank you very much, Dr. Tarateski. Once again, it's very nice to be able to see everyone, or at least most of you anyway, on Zoom. Thank you again for coming together for this virtual board meeting. Just a few things to report out. First of all, I did attend a meeting of the PTA leadership that was held last week. We discussed a number of items. I gave them a number of updates in terms of instruction and how instruction is being delivered, which many of them, of course, are well aware of since they are parents in the district. We also talked about their membership, and we talked about some of their financial information as well. So it was nice to be able to meet with the PTA last week. I do want to announce also we have prom coming up. Someone mentioned about the prom. I believe it was Rich. On this Friday evening, we are doing a virtual prom for our seniors from 7 to 8 o'clock p.m. Our junior and senior class leaders, as well as the junior and senior class advisors, help to plan the prom. It has a Western theme, and many of us who are administrators are going to be happy to participate and speak with our students. We're sending in videos that can be shown that evening. There's going to be some dancing that will take place. So we're very excited to be able to have this opportunity for our juniors and seniors. So that, of course, brings me to a hot topic of discussion, not only in our district, but across the county, and I'm sure across the country as well. We all know how devastated our seniors are, that this year, unfortunately, is unlike any other for them, and that they are really grieving the loss of so many of the events and activities and rites of passage, which they're normally able to celebrate. And we too are very saddened at the thought that we can't really recognize them in the normal ways that they have come to expect. But I do want to clarify, and I have sent a message out to all of our seniors and to their families as well, letting them know that it is our full intent to celebrate and to recognize them in different ways, but in many ways for this school year. So we are planning, of course, a virtual graduation to be held on June 10th. I'm going to be meeting with the high school administration virtually tomorrow to continue our discussion about some of the other events that we are planning. We are purchasing lawn signs that are personalized for every senior's family to put out on their front lawn. They had door decorating this weekend, and we encourage people to stay in their cars to drive around to see those doors. We're looking at some other types of activities and events that we can plan as well that still honor the stay-at-home order and the ban against social gathering. While we're all very upset that we can't hold a traditional graduation, I just want to remind everyone, based on the press conference that Dr. Valerie R. Cush, the chairman of the Montgomery County Board of Commissioners and a physician herself, had yesterday, and I alluded to her upcoming conference when I emailed the seniors, that those bans are still in place. She was asked, can we have in-person graduations? And she said the answer to that is no. She wholeheartedly believes that at this point, unfortunately, to even think about the notion of bringing hundreds of people together is simply not doable at this time. And she believes the same would be true even well into the summer. And I just want to remind everyone that one of the cautions that Dr. Arkush shared with us is the fact that normally for graduations, we have hundreds and hundreds of people there, including, of course, the siblings of our graduates. Many of them are not only students this year, but will return as students next year. So the risk of exposure to those children who might be attending a graduation ceremony that could be held in July or August is significant. We want to ensure that those children are safe before we contemplate any plans about what is going to take place regarding the opening of school in September. So as of now, we are upholding the orders that are in place. If anything is relaxed, we potentially could change, but at this point, we are not selecting a date because unfortunately, we don't believe that's going to happen. So all of our efforts are being directed towards trying to provide and create the best experiences we can before the end of the year for our students. I also want to remind everyone that graduation is a group event. It's meant for 100% of our students who are eligible to graduate. And as we all know, after graduation occurs, people scatter, they go off. And if there is any type of relaxation on gatherings, that's exactly what would happen. And we would certainly hate to host any event that 100% of our students would not be able to participate in after having looked forward to it for so long. So I just wanted to remark about that because I know it's on the minds of so many people. And I just want to guarantee to everyone that we're working really hard to try to make this end of the year experience and end of their educational career experience a really meaningful one for all of our students. I also want to take this opportunity to congratulate the newest doctor that we have in our group, and that's Dr. Megan Markle, the assistant principal of Erdenheim Elementary School. And as I teasingly said to her, she can no longer now be referred to as Princess Megan Markle. She has to give up her title as princess because she will be forever now known as Dr. Markle instead. So we're all very, very proud of Megan, who successfully defended her dissertation last week. And finally, once again, I know as we continue to go into the time that is passing with this pandemic, we continue to hear unfortunate news every single day. I just want to thank all of our families for trying so hard to work with our staff and our staff for their efforts in trying to work with our students and our families. This is such an incredibly challenging time for everyone, certainly for parents who are trying to manage what's taking place in their own homes, as well as oversee and help to supervise their children's education. It's challenging for our staff members, many of whom are parents themselves, who are trying to manage their own families while they're delivering instruction. And of course, it's challenging for our administrators who are trying to oversee all of this, who are trying to make plans for not only graduation, but for everything that's taking place. They've been issuing guides to our staff on virtual learning and student engagement and assessment. So all of this is important for us to be able to deliver the highest quality possible in terms of instructional delivery during these really unprecedented times. So thank you to our community. I know that some people are unsettled, but I want to assure everyone we're working really, really hard and trying to do the very, very best that we can. And let's just all hope and pray, God willing, that next year we can open up in September and hopefully get back to normal as quickly as possible. I know that's on the minds of everybody. So thank you, Dr. Taratusky.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hacker. I know that the teachers have been working hard, and everybody's in a different place with all of this, so it's been a struggle, but we're hanging in there. So just wanted to, so we're going through all of the items separately, is that correct? Or are we going through doing a consent agenda?
I believe for this particular meeting, we're going to go through them separately.
Okay. All right. All right, new business. Item 1, personnel. The Board of School Directors approves the following personnel as presented in the attachment: certificated personnel, support personnel, temporary personnel, and extra pay for extra responsibilities. Is there a motion?
Motion.
And a second?
Second.
Any comments or questions? Okay, Mr. King?
The motion has been read and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed? Motion carries.
Number 2, revision of policy 246, student wellness, second reading. The Board of School Directors approves the second reading of revisions to policy 246, student wellness, attachment P. Is there a motion?
Motion.
And a second?
Second.
Any comments or questions? Okay, Mr. King?
The motion has been read and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The motion carries.
Number 3, confidential settlement and release agreement. The Board of School Directors approves the confidential settlement and release agreement for student 202-00421-01. Is there a motion?
Motion.
And a second?
Second.
Any comments or questions? Okay, Mr. King?
The motion has been read and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The motion carries.
Number 4, MCIU agreement for shared services. The Board of School Directors approves the 2020-2021 intergovernmental agreement for shared student special education and related services with the MCIU. Is there a motion?
Motion.
And a second.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Okay, Mr. King?
The motion has been read and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed? And the motion carries.
Number 5, District Environmental Management Consultant. The Board of School Directors approves the extension of the contract to act as the district's designated contact person regarding AHERA compliance and act as the district's environment consultant with the Environmental Control Systems, Inc. through June 30th, 2023 at the hourly rates listed in the attached agreement, attachment S. Is there a motion?
I'm sorry, Dr. Taratusky. I missed there was a little bit of a delay. Can you just read
Okay.
the end of the statement?
Sure. It was the District Environmental Management Consultant, and it is, I'll read through the motion again. The Board of School Directors approves the extension of the contract to act as the district's designated contact person regarding AHERA compliance and act as the district's environment consultant with Environmental Control Systems, Inc. through June 30th, 2023 at the hourly rates listed on the attached agreement. attachment S.
Thank you for that. I will make a motion.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. And I have a question. Who is exactly the contact person?
This would be Craig Thorne.
Craig. Okay.
Yes. Mhm.
Okay. Any other comments or questions? Okay. Mr. King?
The motion has been read and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed? The motion carries.
Okay. Number 6, high school existing gym bid award. The Board of School Directors approves the agreement with Chambers Flooring LLC, perform all work associated with the resanding, seal coating, and line stripping of the high school gymnasium for the low base bid amount of $24,875. Is there a motion?
Motion.
And a second.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Okay, Mr. King?
The motion has been read and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The motion carries.
Number 7, MCIU subcontract agreement. The Board of School Directors approves the contract with the Montgomery County Intermediate Unit for the coordination of school-based access program for the period of July 1, 2020 through June 30th, 2021. Attachment T. Is there a motion?
Motion.
And a second.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Okay, Mr. King?
The motion has been read and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed? The motion carries.
Food service management. The Board of School Directors approves the renewal of the food service management contract with NutriServe Food Management, Inc. at the flat fee of $33,629.07 for the 2020-2021 school year, attachment U. Is there a motion?
Motion.
And a second.
Second.
Any comments or questions?
Just like to make one comment, if you don't mind, Dr. Chariteski. I just want to commend Ed Welch, who is our food service management representative through NutriServe. And Ed has been working exceptionally hard with members of our food service staff who are employees of the district, as well as the coordination efforts of Lauren Davis in terms of continuing to provide breakfasts and lunches to our students and families who are in need of food at this particular time. They've continued that work since the first week that we were out as a result of the schools being closed. And they're working in conjunction with many of our staff members who have been volunteering. They've been making deliveries all across the township to families. As a result of the fact that they're no longer actually working in the cafeteria other than to prepare the meals, we're actually going to be doing a disinfectant. It's called a disinfectant bombing in order to clean out the middle school cafeteria and other locations where they've been working. But I really do want to commend Mr. Welch and his efforts in helping to get food service staff in making the meals so that we were able to get them out to families in need.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Hacker. That has gotten a lot of attention in the community, and I know that many people are very grateful for those efforts.
And I do also want to mention that I've had a lot of outreach from many families saying, how can I help? What can I do? We had one particular family member who I would like to mention by name. I actually contacted him, and that's Joe Randa, who owns a restaurant in Hatboro, and he's been providing dinners for family and working with Lauren in order to arrange for which families are getting those meals. So we just want to, really thank the outpouring that we've had from the community offering their assistance as well.
Good. Thanks.
Great to hear.
Any other comments or questions? Okay, thank you. Mr. King?
Motion has been read and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed? Motion carries.
Number 9, E+ technology agreements. The Board of School Directors approves the following co-stars state contract purchases and services from E+ Technology, Inc., Attachment V. A, Palo Alto firewall support and upgrades not to exceed $10,800. B, lease purchase option of 220 laptops at the cost of $42,768. And C, Azure Directory implementation to improve remote access security to the district network at the cost of $12,140. Is there a motion?
Motion.
And a second.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Okay. Mr. King?
The motion has been read and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed? The motion carries.
Number 10, AST removal, Old Enfield School. The Board of School Directors approves the agreement with Ferguson and McCann for the removal of an above-ground storage tank at the Old Enfield Elementary School at the cost of $4,800 plus liquid disposal fees to be paid from District Bond Fund, Attachment W. Is there a motion?
Motion.
And a second.
Second.
Okay. Any comments or questions? Okay, Mr. King?
Motion has been read and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed? The motion carries.
Number 11, network equipment, New Enfield Elementary School. The Board of School Directors approves the purchase of network equipment for the New Enfield Elementary School, including data switches, wireless access controller, and wireless access points to Marketing Matters, Inc. as the low bidder through the E-rate process to a cost of $246,365.89 to be paid from the District Bond Fund, Attachment X. Is there a motion?
Motion.
And a second.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Okay, Mr. King?
The motion has been read and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed? The motion carries.
Number 12, professional services, Old Enfield. The board approves the agreement with T&M Associates for professional services to perform PennDOT highway occupancy permit submission and revisions related to the renovation project at the Old Enfield Elementary School site to be paid from District Bond Fund, Attachment Y. Is there a motion?
Motion.
And a second.
Second.
Any comments or questions? I have a question. There's no cost to this. Ken, is there a particular reason why that is?
No, there is no particular reason other than I neglected to put it in the motion.
It actually does say on the attachment, it says a lump sum of $19,000.
Okay.
No, it's actually, the amount is $26,008.
Yeah, and the reason for that, when you flip over the attachment, the HOP revisions are an additional $7,800. So when you put that with the 19, it's the figure Ken just mentioned, the $26,800.
Right, and those revisions are in the event we need that many revisions, just in case they go back and forth with the filings. So just in case we put the 7,800 in there.
Okay. So the amount that we're approving at this point is $26,008.
Yep.
Is that correct?
800.
800, okay. Are there any other comments or questions? Okay, Mr. King?
The motion has been read and seconded and clarified. All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed? And the motion carries.
Number 13, visual sound, New Enfield. The Board of School Directors approves the following co-stars state contract purchases from Visual Sound for the new Enfield Elementary School to be paid from District Bond Fund. Attachment Z. A, 50 smartboard interactive displays at a cost of $142,200. B, 1 Epson projector and mount at a cost of $15,923. C, 40 iPad carts at a cost of $39,480. Is there a motion?
Motion.
And a second.
Second.
Any comments or questions?
I just would like to make one comment since he's sitting here and listening in and helping us out with the board meeting. I just want to extend my thanks and appreciation to Rich Oliver. All of the motions that you read this evening that pertain to technology, the E+ technology, which is something that we typically do, but includes some new laptops for teachers for next year, all of the networking equipment for the new school, and of course, all of this equipment for the classrooms and for the learning stairs for the new school. That was a tremendous amount of work that Mr. Oliver put in trying to figure out exactly what those needs were going to be, and then of course negotiating all of these amounts. I know he worked in particular very, very closely with Karen from Visual Sound. So Rich, I just wanted to extend my sincere thanks and appreciation for all of your hard work and efforts. Let's hope we get in there and can use it all.
I was just gonna say, keeping the hope alive.
Yep.
We're gonna have a new school.
Yep.
Dr. Hacker, if I may, I just want to clarify one thing. The laptops are not new ones. We are purchasing the 220 laptops that are coming off of lease.
Yeah.
Rather than starting
Okay.
another new lease.
Yeah.
That way we could save some money rolling into next year's budget.
Correct.
Okay.
Good point. Thank you, Ken, for clarifying
They are, did I
that.
say teacher laptops, correct?
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay. And that was actually related to the motion number 9, item 9, correct? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, great. Any other comments? Thanks, Rich. Any other comments or questions from the board? Okay, Mr. King?
The motion has been read and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The motion carries.
Are there any public comments on non-agenda items?
If there are, they just need to raise their hand in the attendee forum.
Okay. All right, seeing none, future meeting dates. There's an interim board meeting on Tuesday, May 5th at 7 p.m. Via a virtual meeting platform. And a regular school board meeting Tuesday, May 19th at 7 p.m. virtual meeting. And board committee meetings, there are none scheduled at this time, and they will be announced if they're scheduled in the future. Okay. Any other things, Dr. Hacker, that we need to know?
Nope, that's it from my end. Just be well, everyone. Stay safe, stay inside, and stay healthy.